Yo, my name is Chris and I am a CN P5X player, and today I'm just going to be giving you my honest thoughts and opinions on P5X as a game. I've been playing the game for roughly around a year now, give or take, but during that time span I've had about 2 accounts or so. So one was Taiwan and this one is CN. If you actually check the days used, it was like 263 days. So that's like September of last year or something like that, give or take. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I started somewhere around mid-June-ish, give or take. Yeah, so yeah, I'll just be telling you my honest thoughts and opinions on the game. Alright, first off, let's talk about the characters. So quick note, I am completely free to play in this game. I have not spent a dime, and everything you see here is from me being completely free to play for about a year or so. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is about a year's progress. So first off, I would probably say, as it pertains to characters, this game is relatively easy. When it comes to story, it's not that bad, but when you get to like the third, fourth palace, you're going to be really, that's when you have to actually, build your units, right? So the story isn't bad, but it does get a bit challenging. However, if you're playing just for the story, even when you do lose in the story, there's like a retry option that lowers the difficulty. So yeah, there's that. As it pertains to unit power creep, honestly, it's really not that bad. Like, the game's been out for a year, and there's not much power creep, or if any at all. The only power creep I can only think about is like when she got power crept by like Howler, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm really thinking off the top of my head. I guess I could say Anne got power crept by Ren, Lion Dance, but she's a standard unit, so it's kind of expected. But as far as units and power creep goes, honestly, it's really not that bad. I mean, I find that you can really pull for who you like in this game, as I've done. I didn't really take the game too seriously, so I just kind of pulled for whoever I liked, and whoever had like a cool design. So yeah, power creep, it's really not that bad. Okay, next up, let's talk about the gacha. Honestly, it's like amazing. I don't want to say it's amazing because gacha is like inherently predatory, but I want to say that I came from Genshin, Star Rail, and ZZZ. So yeah, I came from like Hoyoverse games. So the gacha, I think that this gacha is amazing, like compared to anything Hoyoverse has made. But yeah, there's the 50/50 banner and the 100% banner, but obviously the pity is higher. In my personal opinion, this is amazing, and you should always pull on the 110 banner if you are free to play. Another thing I do like is about the weapon banners. You can choose, you can choose what weapon you want to like lose 50/50 to. So any standard unit's weapon you can lose 50/50 to, so you can ease the pain of losing 50/50. In terms of gem count, it's really generous. Like they give us like what 300 gems for like maintenance. If you do the guild battle in the metaverse, you get like an extra like 900 or something like that. Yeah, I think it's like an extra like 900 or something like that if you add up all these. And if you do SOS and the Astro Lab trials, or whatever you want to call them, and these Velvet trials, they add up and they give you a lot and lots of rewards and gems. So yeah, as far as free to playness, okay, that's a new one. As far as free to playness goes, this game is amazing. It's very free to play friendly. All right, so the social aspect of P5X, honestly, in my personal opinion, it kind of pales in comparison to the actual Persona games, because since there's like 20 ranks for each social link, it's gonna get repetitive, like really fast. So in my personal opinion, I'm just being honest here, I'm not really a fan of it. Like, I get that it's a gacha, so they have to expedite, yeah. I guess no, expedite, I don't think that's the right word, but whatever. They have to obviously increase your playtime, somehow. So yeah, that's why there's 20 ranks for everyone. So yeah, I don't really enjoy this part of the game, honestly. I just click the button. If I see like it has like this yellow thing here, this usually means I'm about to rank up, or it costs like 3, it spends 3 of my stamina. But yeah, honestly, I'm not really a fan of this part of the game in my personal opinion, but that's just me personal. Okay, next up, events. In my personal humble opinion, the events in this game kind of suck. I'm just being honest. The events are kind of bad. Like, even the combat events feel like repetitive after a while, because you're like just fighting, the same like boss. So for example, in the Persona 3 event, you can challenge this enemy, but honestly you just fight it and it gets increasingly difficult. It's really not that fun. I just kind of put it on auto and it kind of does itself. Speaking of events, this Tardos event sucks. I hate it. Honestly, I really don't like it at all. So I really just not been doing it. It's just that boring to me. So I purposely choose just not to do it. So yeah, there's that. As far as the Persona 5 events go, it's not bad per se, I guess. It's not, that bad, but it's there. Honestly, it's kind of just like a repeat of regular Persona 5 all over again, if you've ever played it, but including the P5X members now. That's essentially basically it. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but more fan service, I guess. So yeah, that's about it for the events, I guess. They're really not all that, they're not bad, but they could be better. They could be better, honestly. They could be really like a lot better. Next up is the game's combat. Honestly, the game's combat is like great. I really like this game's combat. It's it's really addictive for some reason. Maybe because it's based off of Persona 5, and I really like Persona 5's combat. So yeah, this game's combat system is great. I really do like it. I like how it plays. I like the team building. I like all that kind of stuff. And I think this goes without a doubt. The music in this game is like amazing. Like it really just is great, and I heavily recommend it. Even if you just like Persona music, I recommend playing this game. For that alone. Yeah, the game's fun. The game's stylish. The voice acting is great. It has enough to keep me wanting to play, and honestly that's enough for me. Like I like Persona, so I'm gonna keep playing. Even if people say that the game's a gacha and it's predatory and this and that, but I really just do like and enjoy Persona, so I'm gonna keep playing. Next up, we have the reasons why I play. So this section would just be covering why I personally play the game, why I take the time out of my day to play the game like every single day. It's mainly because I'm kind of a Persona fanatic. I really love Persona. I played Persona 3, 4, 5, Strikers. I played the dancing games. I've tried to play Persona 2, but my hard drive got corrupted, so I lost my save. But I'll probably try it again someday. But as a whole, I just really do like Persona, and but I also do have some other reasons, such as like the character designs in this game are like amazing. Right, some of the best I've ever seen in all of Gacha history. Right, so yeah, I really like the designs in this game. One of my favorites is Mesa. I really like his design. He's cool, epic, and yeah, he looks cool. My second favorite design is probably Cord. I mean, like, oh my god, bro, just look at her, bro. Like, she looks so cool, and she has like her guitar. So yeah, there's that there. That's why I like her. She's pretty cool. And then there's Windvast 5-star, and then Mon Fluret. But yeah, this game has some really cool character designs that I really do like. And even the weapon designs too, bro. The weapon designs in this game are so cool, bro. Like, just look at his sword, bro. That looks so cool. Okay, before I end the video, I just want to explain my point on why I said this game is a good gacha game and not really a good Persona game. In my personal opinion, Persona is all about the self-acceptance, friends, bonds, and time. Right? Especially Persona 5. It literally tells you to take your time. But in this game, it feels like there's not a lot about the time part, right? It feels like this, like this is here forever, or like to stay forever, right? You know, there's no real calendar system in this game, right? And it doesn't really give the same feel that, like, you know, eventually we're gonna be leaving, right? And in my personal opinion, that goes against what, you know, Persona really stands for as a game. You know, it's meant to tell you that, you know, you're not gonna be here forever, and these moments are not gonna be forever. But unfortunately, I don't really feel any of that within this game. So yeah, there's that. That's basically what I mean when I say that this game is a good gacha game. It's not a good Persona game. So again, if you're playing this game in hopes of it replacing a Persona game, I'm sorry, but it generally just cannot. Like, I'm sorry, it really just doesn't have the same thing or the same spot that, you know, actual Persona has. So in my personal opinion, if you like Persona but you don't like gacha, then I'm sorry, but this game might not be for you. I can tolerate gacha. I don't necessarily love it, but I can tolerate gacha, and, you know, I like the aesthetic of Persona 5, so that's why I do continue to play. But in all honesty, if you don't like gacha and you more want a Persona feel, right, like a true Persona game, then I cannot recommend this game as a Persona game. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's my honest opinion on P5X after playing for about a year or so. It's a fun gacha game, not so much a great Persona game. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And yeah, I hope you can stay around for a little while, you know, for some other videos. And yeah, later.